So I reiterate here, the bill is dead.
The story of this great city is about the years before this night. We are free!
Hey, welcome to Ho Ho Hong Kong. I am your host, Andy Curtin, and I'm here with my buddy
Vivek Mabubane.
You can find me online at Andy Curtin on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Go to your favorite social media service and go look for @FunnyVivek. Sometimes with the letter M. Try it out. You'll find me.
And if you're enjoying the podcast, please hit subscribe, whatever platform you're living on, you're reading, listening. How do you listen?
We're in it, dude. We're in these platforms.
Yeah, you can find us in the platform. Yeah, just subscribe. It helps us with the algorithms and all that jazz. And today we're going to be talking about kids.
That's right. Something I have none of.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about, is Hong Kong a good city for having kids? Is it good from a healthcare point of view? What are the schools like? Schools in Hong Kong, a massive, crazy rich topic. And I think we're probably going to go off on 1,000 trajectories about comedy, as we always do.
And how kids and comedy make sense.
Well, I feel like I should ask you about the trials and tribulations of parenting in Hong
Well,
Kong.
I feel I know a lot because I've been a child my whole life. So I have been half of the equation of parenting.
Fair
Yeah,
point.
so if it wasn't for people like myself, there would be no parenting, and therefore, I would like to tell all parents with kids now, you're welcome for me doing my part as your kid.
You know, it's interesting. One thing that I picked up on a lot are when you meet people that grew up in Hong Kong and then left,
Yeah.
and then they come back, and they're like, oh, Hong Kong's changed, How much is like, and I know you have some involvement in it through work, but maybe not enough to really know what the high schools are like. But do you feel like the schools have changed a lot since you were a kid?
Oh, definitely. I mean, first of all, homework before was homework limited to the workbook. Now it's like, well, you have the internet. You have no right to say you don't know what that is. So I remember school for me was basically, you go to school, they tell you stuff, you go home, you do homework, and that was life. But nowadays, it's like you've got the peer pressure of the internet. I've got to make sure if I'm doing my homework that I'm the first person to post on my stories, So that's the other level of change.
Do you don't feel like it was competitive when you were a kid?
Well, I didn't compete. So it was never competitive.
I mean, I guess some of the other guys might have been.
like everyone was trying to get high scores. I'm like, why? I mean, you still pass.
I mean, the stereotype here is that it's brutally competitive.
Yeah.
And that if you want to go to a private school, it's prohibitively expensive.
So it's competitive for parents. Again, I'm not a parent, so therefore I didn't compete. Now, it is very competitive because, number one, good places in good schools are very limited. Secondly, if you have a lot of money, then yeah, you can play the game differently. But the limitation of good places and good schools, that's the big challenge. And how does your kid stand out?
Well, the really expensive schools, right? So some of them, when your child is born, you pay like a $50,000 debenture. You just give them money.
Yeah.
And then that's like,
Reserve my place.
You'll get a spot.
Yeah.
I mean, what a business model.
I know, right?
Imagine that, like, just protect kids that are potentially never going to be, at your school. They just give you 15. Because if you think about, like, let me give you an example. Like, the insurance business, right? The insurance business makes money in two different ways. The first way is you pay premiums and they pay out slightly less than you paid them, right? But the other way is they have what's called float. So it's like, not only do you pay premiums and then they pay out, there's a time difference, and they make money off holding money in
investing
that time,
and stuff like that.
right?
Yeah.
If the insurance industry is built on being able to hold money for like 11 months or something, like imagine if you have entire year levels, just giving you $50,000 to hold for 5 years.
It's the same.
I don't know, do they even hold it? They must hold it after they go. They probably hold it for like 18 years.
Even if they put that money in just a bank and like on a time deposit,
mate, any interest that you get, it's just
and that's the
we're in the
weirdest
wrong
thing.
business, dude.
I know, right? We're trying to make jokes like for 10 minutes a night.
I'm like, hey,
These guys
knock,
are like,
knock.
Yeah,
They're
right.
like-
Your baby's born. Here's an invoice.
Yeah. We should be charging customers
Yeah.
At birth for potential shows that their children will come to later on.
So this is actually a model that I have thought about where, okay, your kid's just born. we're going to let you pay us a debenture, and we're going to let you in 18 years have a slot at open mic night. All right? We're going to guarantee a 7-minute spot, 18 years, and they'll close the open mic number of days later for your kid. And you know what, just to top it off, because it should be a school, we'll even give you a little workshop after that.
Do you know what the difference is though?
Yeah.
Like paying the debenture to go to a really nice school is to give your child a chance in life.
Yeah.
But attending open mic means that it hasn't worked out for them.
Yeah. This is the weird chance where like, well, I mean,
like, should factor in that your kid might fail.
yeah, exactly.
might
We're
be-
teaching the failure side of life
Yeah,
as well,
yeah.
right?
Don't just bank on success.
Exactly, yeah. And you know what? Just because it's all about failure, we're going to do half a debenture, like as in like whatever that school's charging you, we just take 50%.
My mind is blown by that business model. And that's how desperate people are.
You know what the weirdest thing is? That the people who pay that are not like, getting conned into it. This is part of the planning. It's like 9 months ago, like, honey, I'm feeling romantic, but we got to think more than just, hey, 9 months. So we're talking about debentures in a 9 months time. So they have 9 months time to put that money together. Should it be a boy? Should it be a girl? Relevant. The point is that which school are we going to?
So the quality of the schools here is very good. I mean, that's the reputation.
Yeah. I mean, the good ones are really good. Like, we're talking good quality education, good quality people, good quality environment. For a place where your house is probably like 20 square meters.
Yeah.
This school gives you space to run around.
Isn't that weird how like your life here is in just constantly in places that are so much bigger than the house you live in?
It's always the case, isn't
That's
it?
everywhere.
Yeah, it's
Everywhere
just
I go.
basically constantly reminding you don't stay home.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, it does change the way we interact with the city.
Yes, definitely. That's why we're so active, because it's not that we are active, we're just that we can't go home because it's like that place has no space.
Well, yeah, which also just makes outside more interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, think of it this way. Like places like the Riff here in Lan Kwai Fong at California Tower, 8th floor.
Hashtag marketing.
So that's very true. Now, schools, when I went to school, my secondary/high school place was basically a really big place, and they had this big green grass area. Now, I hated
Which
it.
part of town?
It was in Mongkok.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's really weird, like where you go to Mongkok, and Mongkok's like this weird, like, okay,
You have a big
Mongkok.
grass area in Mongkok?
Oh, so this is up a hill. So this is the catch. They show you the school like, wow, all this big pitch, you can play soccer, they have this and that, the classrooms are big or whatever. But there's a hill you got to walk up. Now, my family don't have a car. So they screwed me over. They're like, son, this is a great school. And I'm like, yeah, but I got to walk like 20 minutes up a hill. They're like, yep. Well, we paid the debenture, so let's get to it.
Is that really how it works?
So, no.
They
They didn't pay no debenture. My parents don't care about me that much, right?
I'm like,
But
there ain't no school in Mongkok with debenture.
There really is. There's no debenture for that. But I did get into school, and it is in Mongkok where you actually have to walk up a hill. It's like isolated kind of thing. That's why they have all that space. It's one of these old schools, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's called Daoxian Boys School. Many people would have known it.
Well, here's the other weird thing about schools here is that it's like there's like an Australian school, there's
Yeah.
a French school, the British schools seem to be kind of really
ESF schools.
elite. ESF
Yeah.
is the British one, right?
Yeah.
And
That's the international schools.
and
you're
you meet
referring to.
Hong Kong people, and you'd be like, "Oh, why do you have an American accent?" And your friend has a British accent, and your
Yeah.
other friend speaks with a German accent.
Yeah. Oh, his parents sent him to that school. My parents sent me to this school.
I am from Mongkok. I am the local student.
Yeah. I'm going to the TST.
So that's like it's so. I mean, I guess in China, mainland China, they had a
Yeah.
similar thing.
Well, you have the two systems. You have you literally have one city, two systems of schools. So you have the
Hey,
international
well,
schools. Hey, look at that, putting it in. Hashtag trying to be cool. Okay, you have the international schools, and then you have what like the localish, like the local government private schools. So you have that two types.
But it's even crazier than that because you've got kids like that are 2 years old
Yeah.
interviewing for kindergartens.
Right?
And then the kindergartens get them into the primary schools.
Yeah.
And so this is if you're listening to this is real deal 2-year-olds
Yeah.
have interviews for kindergarten.
You know what's bizarre? Maybe like half of people listening to this going like, yeah, and what's your point? Like, what's
Yeah,
the
I-
big deal?
I
Like, we're
just-
blown away by this, but like, yeah, my kid when he was
You
born.
didn't have a baby CV?
Yeah, exactly. When I was at the hospital giving birth, I was like, push, interview skills, push, you know.
Interests,
So-
milk and boobies.
Exactly.
I still have that on my CV, actually.
Yeah, well, you never outgrow those things, you know. 18 years into it. So I'm very curious because, like, look, I don't have kids, so therefore I don't have that feeling or worry of like, okay, I got to plan this ahead. Or are you the go with the flow type of person?
Yeah, you know, it's just there's so much to worry about in this city, and I think I was just quick to find someone that told me not to worry about it, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah. I think that's what I learned as well because I've seen people who, you know, they 10 years into it, you know, the best schools and all that, but 10 years out of it, they're just like, oh, I can.
I mean, I can't afford a Devonshire.
Yeah, that's
and
number one.
I couldn't pay what the schools are going to cost me anyway. So really, my strategy at the moment is just to work really hard so that my income increases so that I can afford the school when I
Yeah.
eventually have to pay for it. So my kids are 3 and 1.
Okay, yeah.
Got a couple of years before I start getting slammed.
Yeah.
I'm worried about it, but I also know that like there are good schools that you can get into.
Yeah.
Without like ESF, you can get into without.
Well, I mean, you have the money.
$50,000 Devonshire.
Some of them, I think some. I'm not too sure. I didn't go to an ESF
The
school.
different ESFs have different standards for that.
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Again, don't have kids. No
Okay,
research.
now I'm panicking.
No, because like, okay, so what I noticed is that I went to a local school. So my whole life growing up, going to schools, it was like I would pay bare minimum school fees because like education is free for the first.
Oh, mate, I'm getting crushed. The kindergartens are super expensive.
Yeah, the kindergarten is where they get you, and then you go to primary one. Then you're like, okay, whew. That
The
was pretty
kindergarten
alright.
is like as expensive as a nice school in Australia.
Yeah.
I think, from
Yeah.
what I can tell.
Yeah, and then the worst thing is you walk in there like you're just singing songs. Could you do a bit more? I mean, I could sing this with you at home.
Yeah, I'm like, why isn't he speaking French already?
Yeah, exactly. I want to see some Picasso artwork already.
where are the science experiments?
Exactly, and this is for the 1-year-old. I mean, forget the 3-year-old.
And you know what? Honestly, like what I've learned as a parent of young kids is that really we're like, education's important. Education is just finding someone appropriate to give your kids to for most of the day.
I think that's what I find
That's
as well.
all it is.
So I've had people tell me, you know, like I did tutor some kids before, you know, when I was in university, you get some money on the side, but also like I enjoyed it. And what I found, some parents were like, we just like you coming over for that 1 hour and 1 or 2 hours, and like they weren't even worried, like don't worry about teaching him anything, like just make sure like you're just keeping him interested for those 2 hours, make him feel like he's learning something / he's having some fun, and we're good. And I'm like, I could do that.
Yeah, like-
entertain a kid for 2 hours.
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, wait, am I paying you? Or-
Yeah, exactly. So I just come here and hang. They're like, yeah, just hang. I'm like, I could totally do
'Cause
that.
I don't have friends, so you
Yeah,
know.
I mean, okay, sure.
So it isn't. I mean, it's the level of effort that the kindergartens go to.
Yeah.
But first of all, security is crazy high. Like they know me, and I have to have like a form to if I want to pick my kid up.
Yeah.
I have to have a certain card, even though they all know me
Yeah.
and have interacted with me constantly. They will not give me my child.
It's like proper
unless I have a
protocol.
card. Yeah,
That's why you're
a
paying
card.
so much.
And then also like, you know, there's security at the front of the place. You can't get in there. I had to put on pants.
Yeah, it's what you went to one of those kindergartens.
And
Oh,
dude,
okay.
they will send. I don't know what the standards are in Australia because I haven't had kids in Australia really, like other than just visiting. But you know, they send us a monthly report with photos and what he's
Wow.
learned. And I'm like, he's 2, just whatever, just hang
yeah.
out.
Yeah, they have a whole report. This is literally
Just
like
don't ruin him.
Yeah.
that's all I care about.
it's iBanking level of, you know, parenting for them. They're like, okay, here's your annual report. We're gonna have an AGM
but
this
I don't
Saturday.
know. Maybe that's what people do now. You know,
I guess it just makes it more prestigious. I mean, imagine like an open mic night,
gotta
and
just-
after the open mic night, you have to generate a report for each comedian. Like, okay, for the first 7 minutes, you were all right.
dude, I'm
but the
getting
8th minute-
anxiety just thinking about what you're saying right now.
Again,
Your
don't have
child
kids.
is a loser.
One thing
he's
I
a
did.
sexist. He's a racist, and he's funny though.
He takes on daddy. Let's just put it that way.
yeah, I think he has issues with both of you.
Yeah. So the education definitely is a hot topic. Every parent I've ever met living
It's
in
stressful.
Hong Kong.
I feel like it's designed to be stressful.
Yeah.
I feel like it's designed to be stressful so that you panic and you justify spending more money than you
Correct.
would have spent otherwise.
I mean-
I think that's it.
I think definitely. I mean,
Because look, I went to a pretty nice school.
Yeah.
I've got to admit, I'm embarrassed to admit it.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed. That's the value it has.
Yeah.
It's never opened any doors for me. Never got me into anything. I have a few friends from when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I know people, but I don't keep in contact with them.
Yeah.
What value did it bring me? Not a lot.
I mean-
not much at all. And anyone I work with, I never assume they went to a really nice school because it's like. It
Irrelevant.
isn't. It's not only is it irrelevant, but it's not even like it gave anyone advantage because nobody else seems to have gone there.
Yeah. It happened to me as well. I mean, I would say I'm quite proud of that school I went to, and it's kind of better known in Hong Kong. But at no point have I ever had to get work or something because I was like, oh, just in case you're considering, this is my price because I went to this school. It's like no one's gonna like, oh, for that price, this guy's pretty all right.
Yeah, and it's funny because my wife didn't come from a place where they had prestigious schools, I guess, and it just hit all of her insecurities really quickly. Like, oh God, the kids have to go to the really good one and all that stuff. I was like, just chill. A
Yeah.
little. By the time our kids are adults,
Yeah.
mainland China will have taken fully over this city.
Yeah.
And no one outside of Hong Kong knows any of these schools.
Yeah.
It doesn't carry any weight
Yeah.
outside of here.
Yeah.
We got to just look after the
Yeah,
kids.
and also don't forget. I mean, what we're learning today in like a few years' time, AI is gonna take over and all this stuff. So
Yeah,
all
we'll
the
all just be able to live on beaches in our pods.
that's the goal. That's the idea.
Yeah, or be, organ banks.
Well, I mean, you're actually organ banks on the beach. That's the trick. So I kind of
That's what China's missing.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to harvest everyone's organs from camps.
Yeah.
You can put them in like, a
Yeah,
nice
let them
resort.
sunbathe. I mean, keep them at a certain temperature. I mean, it's basically being smart, win-win kind of situation.
Let
You
'em
want my
drink
organs, I want the
drink
beach.
a little before you take their liver.
Yeah, exactly. You tell them either you pay the bill or take a liver. Like, you know what? I'll give you my liver, whatever. I'll be fine. If anything, it'll help the hangover because the liver's now drunk,
I
not
love
me.
if we're doing a podcast about kids and we've just like spiraled into like how have our organs harvested?
You know what?
by
This
the-
is literally the parallel to every parent every week. It's like we started off on Monday with the best foot forward, thinking for my kid.
Dude, it's so fascinating to think about what the world will be when my kids are like 18.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, dude, the world is changing every month.
You will have your own metaphorical front yard with a lawn, and there's gonna be kids running all over it, and you're gonna tell them to get out of there.
Like I was, I had a couple of meetings today, and I'm just like, oh, there's hand sanitizer everywhere. Like the world just changed overnight. It's
Yeah.
like hand sanitizer is now a thing permanently.
Yeah. Oh,
everywhere.
yeah. Put it this way. I mean, if you go out with other parents, right, and you go
Try
for a
not
meal,
to.
you try not to, but sometimes circumstances, to get connections, whatever, and you go for a meal, right, with the kids, whatever, and the parents don't kind of use hand sanitizer before, like, let's say, after taking off the mask or whatever, and you kind of go like, do I want my kids to be friends with these
Mate,
people?
it's tough, like we were on the metro and my daughter's one and she's got dirty shoes on. I mean, she's got shoes, she's been walking
Yeah.
outside and
Yeah.
she's just like, she's putting her hands all over the bottoms of her
Ah,
shoes,
yeah.
putting her fingers in her mouth.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, what do I fucking tie her down? I can't.
Yeah,
and everyone's looking and
exactly.
it's like, "Ugh, hey, that's disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, all you have to worry is that if someone at the school you're trying to apply to is in that train, they see that, they're like, yep, this is not happening.
Yeah, can't have her. She's a shoe licker.
No refund. Remember
Yeah.
that keyword
They're
when you
keeping
apply.
the debenture.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the caveat on the
I
debenture.
think the debenture thing is that you can't refund it if I remember correctly. That's what hurts the most.
Ay, what if your kid, turns out to be stupid or something?
Well, then in that case, then you adopt. I don't know. You go for that. Hey, okay. So we're getting stuck on the education thing. What I also realize is the Hong Kong, the city as a parent. Last time we talked about neighborhoods, right? We talked
Yeah.
about how the stairs and the slopes is tough for prams. So, in general, do you feel the ratio of garden or kid space to expensive place is kind of acceptable?
Yeah, look, it's a good question, and I would say that I grew up in a place where we had a front yard and a backyard, and it was safe enough that even as young kids we could go out and go down to the park by ourselves.
Yeah.
And I do sometimes. I'm like, man, am I depriving my kids of this? And like, we live in a really small apartment.
Yeah.
And they don't know any better.
Yeah.
They're not like, even if I take them to a bigger place, they aren't at a level of development where they're like, wow, this place is bigger than our place. They're not thinking like that. And I'm really taking advantage.
Making the right friends, man.
You know, I do worry about that, but certainly, like, there's great parks here. You know, I mean, it's hard to use them at the moment because of COVID. A lot of the shit's shut
closed.
down.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, Quarry Bay has this huge park that you
Yeah.
run around. There's like running tracks. There's all this like cool, crazy equipment. There are playgrounds all over the city.
Yeah.
And also the free parks are badass, dude.
Yeah.
Hong Kong Botanical Gardens is sick.
Ooh.
The monkey place, there's
Yeah.
just like a free zoo that you can go
Yeah,
to
just
that's
walk around.
really nice.
Yeah.
It's not like overly packed. You go there for free whenever you want. For the first time on the weekend, I took my kids to the Hong Kong Park. They've got, unfortunately, because of COVID, the aviary
Oh, yeah, that's
is
closed.
closed, but
Yeah.
that looks amazing.
That's fun, man. I've been inside. It's awesome.
It looks super good, and it's
Yeah.
free. I can't believe how much free, crazy park stuff there is.
if you know where to go, yeah. I mean, like, the best thing is whenever I used to go to Hong Kong Park, I would come out with better luck, with good luck, because, like, the birds would shit all over me. So I would feel like, hey, this is a good day. It's a
I'm
good
so
day.
lucky.
Hey, look at me.
Yeah, the
So there's
toucan pooped in my mouth.
Hey, give it to me. Yes.
So, and then there's there's even like little things that maybe you don't think about when you don't have kids, but like the conservatory that's there. I think they misuse the word conservatory because it's like a plant garden, but that's fine.
It's like a green.
Yeah, it's sort of like a desert plant room, I guess. And there's waterfalls, there's terrapins, which is a new word I learned.
Wow,
You know,
showing
the
off
mini
now.
tortoises. And you know, there's birds, there's fish, it's a beautiful space to take.
What about
your kids.
Kowloon Park? Have you been to Kowloon Park?
Never been there. What's his name? Matt Hutchinson keeps telling me to go.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean,
Yeah?
the Hong Kong Park equivalent, Kowloon Park, and it's huge, man. They've got like a little maze area. That's
How
fun.
much, the land is huge. How much would that land be worth? So, I mean, you're
The
talking
location?
about a huge. You're talking about a place where 40,000 Hong Kong dollars a month will get you a shoebox
Yeah.
apartment, and
Yeah.
then just this huge green area.
mean-
the views are crazy.
Yeah.
We didn't go up it because our kids are a little bit small. But I don't know if you know this, in Hong Kong Park, there's like a tower that you,
Yeah,
you gotta
you
walk
can
all the way
climb
to
up.
the top.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
phenomenal.
It's a spiral walk up to the top. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, and so whilst I think that at home I do get a little bit anxious about how I haven't given my kids as much space as I know they might have had if we'd lived in a different place.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's pretty great stuff that we get to do on the weekends, without
Yeah.
spending a lot of money.
Well, I mean,
And the boats, the ferry
Yeah.
rides. Take
Yeah.
your kid on the ferry in
Oh,
Hong
done.
Kong. Oh, super good.
Right? And then you take them on, let's say, the outlying islands on the ferry. That's a half an hour ferry
Haven't
journey.
done that yet. I'm
okay, that's
still
pretty
getting
fun.
to that.
Yeah, get some snacks and everything. Make a picnic out of it. It's a
Man.
lot of fun.
Do you ever think about like how different this city would be if you just had cash?
Oh, tell me about
Like,
it. Well,
we
I've
were-
thought about it.
Like we were walking to the piers the other day because
Yeah.
we are going to take the Star Ferry, and this boat came past. And I mean, these people had like
The junk
these people
boats.
had like $1 billion.
Yeah. One of
I
those.
don't know.
Yeah.
I thought junk boats were like old boats. This
No,
was like
this-
a new boat.
Yeah.
And I was
Like
just
from
looking
the
at,
yacht
like,
club
I'm
and
like-
everything.
I'm like, man, imagine like you live in Repulse Bay.
Yeah.
You step from your house onto your boat.
Yeah.
And then you're like, where do you want to go?
Yeah.
What do you
Exactly.
want? What do you want to go see today?
Yeah.
You want to go to Bangkok or
Just drive.
Just go to
keep
Thailand,
Going.
go to
yeah, right.
Koh Phangan.
People pay so much for cruise ships. You have your own little mini cruise ship waiting for you, parked outside.
I bet you could do that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
There must be a way to play around like that.
So, but I think for people that aren't, the mega rich, there's plenty to do in the city with
Yeah.
kids.
I mean, I always thought to myself, if I ever did have kids, which right now I can tell you I'm pretty 99.99% sure I'm not going to, but if I ever,
You're not going to call them.
yeah, I'm going to call them. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm always going to stay in denial, man. That's my rule.
Yeah.
I always felt that the best way to be a good father is just get them VR goggles. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I mean,
You do live in a big house.
it's all in your mind, son.
That's
Yeah.
great. You just said you know what you need. You don't need money. You need imagination.
Exactly.
It's like,
I mean,
remember?
Albert Einstein did say imagination is more important than knowledge. So screw that school debenture. You're buying some goggles for them and run wild.
Do you remember? I always think. I don't know why I always think this, but you remember Hook, the movie?
Yeah.
Like Robin Williams, Peter
yeah,
Pan.
Yeah.
And there's no food in the bowl.
Yeah.
I'm always like, just imagine there's food. Just imagine there's food.
I mean, the weird thing is that it's actually true. Like people talk about, okay, so getting into the Zen world, New Age thing, visualization. Visualize your success.
I mean, I tell you what, like, and I say this as a broke person, but I do think that taking my kid to like an expensive restaurant is like he doesn't care about that. But if I
Yeah.
can just like hang out with him,
Yeah.
it's limitless value.
It's priceless.
Yeah, I mean it's such a cliche, but it is. Like that's what he wants.
So that's what I found usually the poor parents tell themselves.
Yeah, well, that's doing that. Definitely on that train.
Yeah. Because the rich kids are like, I don't want to hang out with my dad.
Yeah, rich kids are like, yeah, where's my credit card?
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be
Can I
on
get
your
another
yacht.
iPad. I need an iPad that can just call the boat.
Yeah. Well, the dream really is that you keep your kid until they're a teenager. When they turn around, they don't want to hang out with you. Then you kind of win over there. Because-
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I gotta
Yeah,
be
right.
honest with you. There's a
And
lot
then
of-
you're one step ahead of them. Like, I don't want to hang out with you.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, I don't think you realize
Yeah.
how long I've waited for this day. But you know, here's another thing that I know we kind of touched on it in the healthcare podcast, but like having access to good healthcare
Yeah.
is just so important. It's
Yeah.
just like just to be able to easily get to a good doctor, and it just changes your life. Like,
Yeah.
and Australia's pretty good for that.
Yeah.
I can't. I know Americans say that their healthcare system's a train wreck. I don't know.
okay.
I don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's bad because everybody says it's bad.
Yeah, yeah,
Certainly,
yeah.
if you don't have money, it seems to be pretty terrible.
Usually, yeah, that's the case.
Whereas here, you know, just being able to go like, okay, this just happened. You know, dude, kids, they like split their head open
Oh,
on
yeah.
the end of the bed. Like,
Yeah,
all
your
this stuff.
kids licking shoes and everything. So, yeah.
Especially when you're a negligent parent like me.
Yeah.
Having a doctor to fix my mistakes is great.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, exactly. Forget the kids' troubles.
So that's all cool. I would say from that perspective.
So what you're
know,
saying is that as a parent, make sure where you stay, you have close access to a good school, a good hospital, a good park, and you're pretty much good to go.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I
So-
don't know how, like, I know that some of my friends that have older kids, like, it's a big thing about, like, living with access to the school easily.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's huge for me, man. I mean, like when I was studying, I had to travel.
where did you live when you were going to the school?
I was in like
Mongkok?
Sayingpoon going to Mongkok, so that was like a 40-minute journey. Then
Oh.
university was Kowloon Tong, so that's another like almost an hour. Basically,
Dude,
because
that's
back then I
brutal.
didn't have the train
Did
station.
you ever go to class?
So that was. So this is my thing. What I find is that the further away I am from somewhere, I have a higher chance of being on time.
Dude,
Right?
I lived on campus, never went to class. So, like, I failed horribly because I just didn't go to class at all.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, wait, you guys aren't checking attendance? Bye!
yeah, exactly.
I'm
I'm
out.
at school, but I'm not at school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I was
there,
at the-
but not there.
I was at the pub on the school.
Yeah, in the campus. I mean, I was at school. So I think direct access just makes it easier for parents because then the kids don't have to waste their time traveling, and then you can use that time to send them to yet another extracurricular activity that
Yeah.
they don't want to learn.
I do worry about what Hong Kong is going to become.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll tell you this I know it's already started to happen, but like there's certain things that mainland China does to keep control
Mm-hmm.
and like getting their claws into the education system. Like I've watched
Oh, yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
transformed all the international schools in Shanghai while I was there.
Yeah.
And they like, you know, you got to use these textbooks. This stuff can't get taught.
Yeah.
That I kind of worry about.
Yeah.
And it's hard to really map the consequences of the way that the Chinese government manipulates information on people.
Yeah.
But you only need to have mainland Chinese friends and be like, okay, I love you, but like you are weird perceptions about stuff.
Yeah.
Because your information
Yeah,
flow has
your
been screwed up.
sources, yeah, the
and it's
issue.
through the schools are like a primary way that they achieve that.
Yeah. So the lesson to learn over here is that if your kid is paying attention in class, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm like, don't listen to the teacher.
Which is why Andy and myself are perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's
But we
why
did
we're
it right.
That's why we're so well adjusted.
Exactly, because we learned nothing, and therefore we have no chance of being ill influenced.
What do you think about that?
So I also believe that it's happening. It's happening actually now a lot. I mean, with the whole idea that this is what you're going to learn and this is the correct way.
And they're sort of shifting people towards learning Mandarin instead of Cantonese.
Oh, there's a
right?
lot. There's some schools that you're not allowed to speak Cantonese at school.
I heard, wasn't there a school in like Guangzhou where the student got into trouble for speaking Cantonese in the classroom.
Oof. Yeah, I can imagine that. I think in Hong Kong there are some schools that actually have that rule. If not every day, but at least like a few days of the week, maybe claiming to learn the language. But the weird thing is that a lot of kids, they need to speak in Cantonese at school because maybe at home they speak their own dialect. So they lose out over there as well.
Oh, this isn't, you're talking about
In Hong Kong.
Wait, what's their dialect if it's not
I mean,
Cantonese?
if they're maybe a new immigrant or whatever, then that's their chance. It's like myself. My Cantonese was picked up mostly in school.
Where was I never asked you this, but where was your English at?
So English was okay because at home we used to speak English. So this is the weird twist, right? So my family Indian, they all speak Hindi and Sindhi and stuff like that. But they were so worried that my sister and myself would not speak good English. They said, okay, at home, only English. Right? So we spoke English at home, and at school I spoke in Cantonese. Now my own language of Hindi and Sindhi is terrible.
Oh, so you don't know that?
Yeah, so it's kind of weird twist. I'm like, well, you screwed me over. I mean, you do realize I don't get born with a language in my head, right? I need to still learn it somehow. But that was required.
Look
I
at
needed to
you.
speak-
You're like, screw you, mum and dad. You only taught me 2 critical languages.
Yeah, which was very useful back then, but now we're already falling
Yeah,
behind.
Cantonese is
Yeah.
gone. The old,
Yeah.
the old value of return on investment's declining a little bit on the Cantonese.
Exactly, 9 whole tones, but I can use it over here. So that was the issue. Now, the one biggest thing I have with parenting is that what do I want my kids to be? Are you the type
I
of
love how
parent-
you have an opinion about that.
Yeah.
And also, like, a guarantee that you're not going to have kids.
Yeah, I can tell you now, like Andy, I feel that I have no interest. I guess because I grew up here in Hong Kong, so that's kind of made me sway away from having kids.
Sure.
Number 2, looking at how the world's changing, global warming, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm good.
I'll tell you this. I don't think anyone needs to have kids.
Yeah.
But the desire to have kids can surface at any moment.
For sure. I'm very sure. I bet you anything the next podcast episode, I'll be like, Andy,
Yeah.
I changed my mind.
So my wife is pregnant. She
Yeah.
doesn't know she's my wife or that she's pregnant.
Yeah. But that's happening now. I'm telling you right now. The data set, the debentures are being invested already.
Yeah, it's definitely. We discussed having a 3rd child, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't do it in this city.
Yeah. It is tough.
I'm not saying I would have otherwise,
Yeah.
but that was like an immediate answer to that
Yeah.
question. It's like we can't afford an extra bedroom.
Yeah. Exactly, right? It's a bedroom issue. If this kid could
Big
just,
issue, man.
Yeah.
Your cost of living
Because like
goes through
bunk
the
beds are
roof.
usually 2 mattresses. We want the 3rd. That's expensive, and you need
Yeah.
a ceiling height. Don't even forget that.
But that's one thing that I've seen here more than I've seen everywhere else, even with people that have quite a bit of money, is the bunk beds in the bedroom. That's
Yeah.
like super common.
Oh yeah.
To put the kids in the
vertical
same
height is
room.
the key. I mean, as long as
Yeah.
the kid doesn't grow tall, and luckily a lot of kids are deficient in calcium, so that helps out as well. you can keep the bunk bed for the rest of their life, so you have that advantage. But
Also,
yeah.
hey, you know another? Oh, sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say like yeah. Number 1, no kids for me. But number 2, I'm always curious about parents. Like, how much are you willing to let the kid go as like just chase your dreams, honey? Just go for what you want. Live the life you want. Like because I feel that's hard. It's easy to talk. I mean, like for myself, I remember before ever having a relationship, I was all with my friends and they were like, "Oh, I'm heartbroken." I'm like, "You gotta let go of the past. If you really love them, let them go." All that stuff. Then I go in a relationship and I get heartbroken. I'm like, "Oh, screw this. All these quotes don't make sense. This doesn't work this way." So that's the challenge I find because a lot of times when I go to schools, man, parents are struggling with that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, obviously, people like you and me are not the norm. Like,
Yeah.
because we have steered away from, really focusing on making money
Yeah.
to do something that we enjoy.
Yeah.
I guess my kids are too young. I was like privy to a conversation of some people from my company who were like, they were just having a beer and they were like, you know what? That whole like my kid being a superstar, like I'm kind of not interested in that.
Yeah.
I kind of just want him to be happy. They
Yeah.
were like, I just want him to be healthy.
I think that's
Just get him to
ultimately
the
it.
right age.
Yeah.
And I just think that like the problem is that when you're the adult, you don't realize that if you let your kid know that you have expectations, you can mess them up really bad.
Yeah.
Because
You're projecting.
well, it's just like becoming a person is so hard. And then if somebody else puts this external standard that just might have no relation to what's really going on with you, that dissonance can really mess a person up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that these Chinese parents were really malevolent when they had that expectation for their kids to be doctors or engineers, like the cliche,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And probably they grew up in an environment where like we got to go for this stuff so we can eat.
Yeah.
I don't think my kids are going to have trouble eating.
Yeah.
I don't think they face that challenge.
Yeah, the world has definitely changed.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that I'm not. I think I'm going to make enough money that they're going to be able to eat and get an education. So
So what I find actually is similar to what you talked about, the idea of parents wanting their kids to be happy, because a lot of times I'll get invited to, let's say, perform at maybe some conferences or some gigs. And so many times you could be dealing with like the top level doctors in the industry, and you perform and they enjoy it, and they come up to you like, oh man, I would love to be able to do what you're doing. And
It's
I'm like,
crazy when you get that stuff. You're
Yeah.
like, great, can I have money?
yeah, exactly. I would love to be making your kind of cash. So exchange.
You know what I want? This is the one thing that I want. I just want to show my kids the satisfaction from getting good at something
Yeah.
that you like doing.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because like for me, I played a lot of music when I was a kid, and I figured out really young that if I worked really hard at it, I got really good at it, and
Yeah.
I really liked being good at it.
Yes.
And I've taken that framework and applied it to other things, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand the satisfaction from getting really good at something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how like once you have that mindset and then you go on the hunt for like, okay, what is it that I enjoy doing? That when you find it, a lot of people, it's sad to say, but a lot of people like enjoy stand up and they just have no clue how to like commit themselves to getting good at it.
Yeah.
And I just like, I'm not even wasting time as a booker even caring about you because you have no idea
Yeah.
how to make the effort to get good at this.
Yeah, you're just
Whereas
cruising.
like my time is limited. There's all these other people who are like hustling
Yeah.
to get good at it.
Yeah.
And I want to teach the kids, like, I'm like, as long as I feed you, get you to like a semi-decent school, and then instill in you that like desire to find something that you enjoy to get really good at it, that's it. I think that's all really I want to do.
So I'm going to recommend the people who are listening, this one listener, get on Spotify, go play like a violin tune in the background, like something really like,
Vivaldi.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
and then like we're going to continue this podcast and it's going to
Yeah, this must be a comedy podcast. You're like,
That's what I want for my children. I just want them to be happy.
not like me. I'm on stage. These guys are bombing. Help me now.
all right, fine. You know what? I tried to bring my feelings into this, Vivek.
So this is why you will find a lot of comedians struggle with their emotions, because once we do, everyone's like, you're not funny.
Push that shit back down.
Yeah, you're not entertaining. You're just telling me my life as well. I don't want to cry. I want to be laughing. You suffer, I smile. Let's go.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
All right,
Wow.
okay.
What is this therapy? What are you like?
Actually, no. That's years and years of me going on stage saying some people like, you weren't that funny. I'm like, yeah, it hurts.
Yeah.
You didn't need to tell me that. Just you didn't laugh was enough information.
Like last night, there's a new open mic,
Yeah.
and she was like, I just feel like maybe it's just me, but I feel like I'm just trying to get the audience's approval. I'm like, it's not just you.
Yeah, it's every single bit we do.
Every single person
Every
in
person.
this venue.
Exactly. Hence the reason we're still doing this after all these guys going like, maybe one more time they're gonna like this one.
Oh, it's every second.
Yeah, but what you said was really correct. What I find is that most people I meet that, let's say, are jealous or envious of the comedian, oh, that's so cool what you can do. So number one, they don't see the process, right?
They don't understand the humiliation.
Yeah.
That you have to accept
with.
to get good.
Yeah.
I saw a quote from Chaplin recently, and it was something like, it takes courage to make a fool of yourself.
Yeah. I've heard something similar.
And
yeah.
it was a longer quote than that, but it was like, I was like, yeah, man, that willingness to, I think it's good for people's mentality when you can, because the reality is, who cares what people sitting in an open mic think?
Yeah.
You never care what these people
Yeah.
think. But then as soon as you're in an environment like, oh, they're judging me, suddenly their opinion is like the most important thing
Yeah.
ever. And I feel like kind of being like, almost like sometimes I'm almost like, it's okay to really make a fool of myself, because it reminds me that I shouldn't care what anyone thinks.
I think ultimately the good thing about comedy is that, it reminds you basically, number one, if you're funny on stage, people will remember you, but they remember you for maybe like 3 minutes after that.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the thing. Even if you kill, they don't remember you. And
Exactly.
they do not remember what you said.
Oh yeah, the worst is when you kill and they compliment the other comic. You're like, that wasn't him.
How many times? How do you ever get this? But like, because I'll get like, they'll come up and say someone else's bit.
Yeah, yeah, and that
like,
was
I love
funny.
that bit that you did about,
Yeah.
about growing up in America. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That was great. Yeah. Fade away, fade away. It's
I'm
happened
like,
to me,
You're
man.
welcome.
Yeah, I mean the worst, because I try to be polite. I'm like, look, I know it's honest mistake. I don't blame you, but I'm just like, yeah, you didn't really enjoy the set, did you? 'Cause
Yeah.
the impression wasn't that strong that you forgot what I look like.
Did you see I was saying that someone said that there was like a secondhand complaint about the content?
Oh yeah, I read someone said something on stage, and then someone in the audience was like, "Yeah, that would never fly."
They were like, you need to update yourselves for the current climate. It's
Yeah.
like, I think we're fine.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we got it.
yeah. Why don't you show us an example at open
Yeah,
mic?
why do you even be there before you start throwing public judgment
Yeah.
around?
Oh man, I mean, so that's what it feels like. So actually, as comedians coming on stage, it's kind of like you're trying to perform in front of your parents, and you want to make sure that they don't feel like they've thrown away all that energy and money and everything they put towards your growth.
Oh, they definitely feel that way.
Yeah, that's why we do comedy. We're like, at least these parents like us. The real ones don't.
My dad's perpetually like, any minute now, he's going to stop telling those jokes and get a real job.
You're like, I have a name card. Does that help?
Yeah.
Anyone can print that.
It is a picture of a clown on it. But,
Yeah, but still.
So anyway, back to the topic of
All
this
right, parenting
podcast.
in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I think that here's another thing that I worry a little bit about because it
Yeah.
was a huge problem in mainland China is pollution.
Yeah.
I feel like in mainland China, pollution was like everyone with kids tracked the AQI index every day.
Yeah.
And we had monitors in our house, we had filters in our house, and there would be conversations. Like you'd get up and they'd be going, don't take your kids out today.
Yeah.
It's really bad outside. And it does get bad here. It does get to a level, like once you're getting over 100,
Yeah.
that's a level where you really probably shouldn't take the kids outside.
Yeah, yeah.
And it does get there. Not all the time. It's definitely way better here than any Chinese city I spent much time in.
yeah.
But it's a real issue. And that sort of stuff, it's like, do we need to worry about this?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't even know. I mean, lung disease is the number one cause of death in mainland China.
Wow.
So
That's
it's
tough,
not
man.
nothing.
Everyone's taking
You know what the number one disease
in Hong Kong?
in Australia is? Number one killer?
Stingrays?
No.
What is it?
Just guess. Just think about it. It's like a logical one.
Being so lazy you forget to breathe.
Skin
that's logical?
cancer.
Skin. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Okay, yeah.
It is, right?
Yeah.
And so, I'm like, do I need to worry about that? And at some point, you're just like, I don't know, we just gotta live. We
Yeah,
gotta
dude.
live.
You can't every day trying to be cautious of every
I
single
like
thing.
trusting instinct, and my instinct is that this is a good city for kids.
Yeah.
It feels like they're living an interesting life, or they're getting a lot of different stuff. The language skills are crazy good.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
kids, they learn in Mandarin.
Oh, there you go.
They've kindergarten.
Yeah.
My kid's 2. When he was 2, he's 3,
Boom.
just turned 3.
Yeah.
Childcare's not functioning at the moment, by the way. I didn't know that. We're losing our mind at home.
Yeah.
In our shoebox. But, as a 2-year-old, he's getting his tuition like half in Chinese, half in English. So
Oh,
he
okay,
came
okay.
home one day and he's singing the wheels on the bus in Mandarin. I was like,
Ooh.
"Woof."
This guy's showing off in front of you now.
I went to pick him up, and the Mandarin teacher, she doesn't speak a word of English.
Oh.
Right. And she started talking to him in Mandarin. I was like, he doesn't speak. And then he responded. I was like, damn.
Okay, yeah.
And that to like give the kids that is
Yeah.
pretty spectacular.
I think the
So this
main
is where I come from.
Yeah. So basically, what I find at least has worked for me is that it's not the parents projecting like what you should do or how you should be. It's more like them giving you extra tools.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah.
That's basically it. And
It's not
whichever
about,
tool
like,
you use,
it's
yeah.
not like you got to wear that blazer while you're at school. It's like no, for the rest of your whole life.
Yeah.
You get to speak another language, and it's
Exactly,
so
yeah.
good for your brain.
Oh yeah.
Like brain development, like critical thinking, all that sort of stuff. I mean, maybe Chinese isn't the best for critical thinking, but
well, you are thinking,
Yeah, but-
just which not really that critical.
but there's a guy that lateral thinking, right?
Yes.
the
yes.
guy who
Edward de Bono.
he pioneered that term.
I'm a big
right?
big fan of it.
So,
yeah.
so his whole thing is
Yeah.
that language is like the biggest tool and an inhibitor for
Yes.
thought. And so it's like you have a structure. And so if you know a totally different language,
Yeah.
you have a totally different framework for your thinking.
Correct.
I
mean,
love that you know that. That's
oh
so
yeah,
good.
dude. Yeah. I've all his books.
What is it?
and
The
everything.
5 hats of thinking?
Six hats or
Six
something.
hats
Yeah,
of-
and he talks about how you have to. Basically, it's a technique I also use a lot. Is that now in this time I'm basically there's a lot
I
of.
just
things and
imagine you
techniques.
sitting at home wearing different fedoras.
The ironic thing is I do, and I wear nothing else. He used to wear hats. He doesn't say wear clothes.
Just naked thinking, like, I'm going to wear my yellow fedora so I can think
and
like...
eventually one day you're gonna watch some bit like that sounds like a bit he would have done naked. That definitely would have been funnier
His
naked.
material has a lot of punchlines
Yeah.
about his nipples.
Why so? He has a mirror. What's going on?
And so that I mean, that's like a gift. You know, I was joking about it. It's like your parents didn't give you Sindhi Hindi. They gave you Cantonese and English.
Yeah,
It's-
which
it's-
is big asset. I tell people, look, honestly, the fact that I can speak Cantonese or I can read and write Chinese characters, a traditional Chinese, actually it forces me to think differently. So in my classes, like comedy classes, I've actually talked about the idea that when I deliver my comedy bits, I'm not just saying the words, I'm thinking of the rhythm. Because when I used to learn Cantonese, I actually used to try to memorize words by the sound. So it'd be like da 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 da, and then I'll try to remember it with that kind of musicality to it, and then say the sentence. So in my comedy as well, sometimes I'd be, without realizing, subconsciously thinking like, why does this not sound smooth? It's because it's like da 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 da. It's like, whoa, that doesn't sound smooth, but it has to be like da 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 da. Ah, I get it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, finding your natural melodic,
Yeah,
yeah,
sense of humor or style of delivery.
that's just such a
Yeah.
huge part of the
Yeah.
journey, you know.
And that all comes because you were given the tools. And I
Do
feel
you
that,
feel like what's the relationship between your sort of melodic rhythm in English and Cantonese? Is it very different?
it's kind of different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Cantonese,
You kind of have to be different.
You have to be. I mean, with English, you can stretch out the words like, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But in Cantonese, like, dang, everyone's just like, okay, this guy is definitely on drugs.
Yeah, this guy's having a seizure.
Yeah, exactly. No one's dragging it out that extent. Yeah, so that's the difference. But I would say, ultimately, what's worked out for myself and what I've seen, because I get the privilege of going to different community centers to speak to kids, and I find that every time I talk to the parents and I tell them the one thing that worked for me is not to tell me what to do, because we're living in today's world in the 2020s, right? But your kid's going to be 18 or 20 in 20 years, and by then there'll be a new
This
technology.
is insane to think about.
Yeah.
Like my daughter's 1.
Yeah.
Like she'll be 18 in 2027.
Well, she's 1 now, so that's
30.
37. You said 27.
37. God, I'm not teaching her maths. I'm like, wow, so far away.
Wow,
It's
I
like
could do
7
it.
years from now.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna make it, right? But yeah, just imagine how crazy, how many new Instagrams and TikToks and everything is gonna be. Where
It'll just be in your brain.
it's gonna be in a brain. Yeah, for sure. Everyone's walking around, online.
Everyone's walking around going, like that.
exactly. You're swiping right with your face.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what's wrong with your neck?
Wouldn't that
man?
be funny if, like, in the future, the dating apps are embedded in your brain, so you actually just go and meet them?
Yeah.
That's like traditional dating.
Yeah, exactly. But the only difference is while you're talking to them, all of a sudden you just like swipe left and like, yep, I'm gonna stop the conversation here. Walking away.
To finish this off, though, I think that Hong Kong is amazing for kids. I think it's going to become a bad place for kids.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's going to become a bad place. I would say it's really more like a crazy playground. The only difference is that we got sharp objects and stuff all over the place. So the kids have to be smart enough to realize sharp object, no.
It's amazing how this is a city kind of like New York where you got to be kind of tough just to make it, like
Yeah.
just to be in this city.
Yeah.
And the people that I know that grew up in Hong Kong, they're all resourceful. They've
Yeah.
all got like they're wily.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'll have kids like that.
Basically, in Hong Kong, what you will learn is that when someone gives you something, your first initial idea is not like, wow, thank you, you're such a kind. You're like, why?
Ain't no free lunch.
Yeah.
So my wife, right, in Russian, she has expressions that she translates.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, they say in Russia, like, you can take girl from village, but not village from girl. I'm like, yeah, we have something similar.
Yeah.
But then she'll be like, in Russia, we say nothing in life is free. Except cheese. I'm like, what?
And then
She
like
goes,
that's
from a mousetrap. I was like, yeah, there you go.
Oh,
that's like
that's
the
deep.
Russian version.
There
It's
you
like,
go.
not saying there's a free lunch. It's like, not only isn't it free, but it'll kill you.
Yeah. So to conclude, basically, if you are planning on having kids, number one, think about that 18 years later open mic night, debenture invested in.
Mate,
your-
this place is not going to be around in 18 years.
Oh, it better be. I have that set. I'm waiting to do in 18 years.
Not a chance.
All right. That's number one. Teach your kids proverbs. Right, make sure they know that nothing in life is free except for cheese. Well, no cheese. Well, okay, yeah, one of those proverbs. Number two, and number three, make sure that if you live anywhere, your house doesn't have to be big, but make sure you're close enough to the hospitals, schools, and playgrounds. So when they learn and they realize that they're idiots, they just go to the playground, hurt themselves, and go to the hospital, and you're a happy parent.
And if you'd like someone to father your children, Vivek's number is 1.